Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to another video. In this one, we're basically going to learn if throwing 1000 gold worth of Encrypted Twilight Texts to the NPC in Silithus is worth it or not. Therefore, we will be opening 50 of the bags that he sends. I think it's a few hours after you do the turn in. Now, is it a good idea? Probably not. Do I encourage you to do it? Certainly not. And is it the most profitable use of your Twilight Text? Most definitely not. But we're still going to have some fun, and I mean, worst case, you just have an excuse to laugh at me for wasting all of that gold. So without further ado, let's get right into it. But before you throw your hard-earned money into that hole yourself, you will need to do some quests first. So to keep it short, you start at Cenarian Hold and you talk to Geologist Larksbane that will ask you to gather fragments in the northwestern part of the zone. You'll easily see them on the ground. Now, you turn that in, and afterwards, you get to the Hermit's Cave, and you'll get another quest to get 3 lexicons that drop from the keepers in the 3 camps across the zone. Once completed, you can finally start dumping your money into that bum's pockets with his repeatable quest, True Believers. So without further ado, let's get to the unboxing. These bags are pretty much like little lottery tickets that can contain some real jackpots. Here I have a Crest of Beckoning for a specific element. These are used with the Twilight set to summon a Templar of a specific element type, so you can get one for fire, earth, water, and thunder. You can also get Signets of Beckoning, which are basically the same thing but for the Dukes, and Scepters of Beckoning for the Lords. We'll see how lucky we get here, but Scepters of Beckoning for the Fire Lord is what you'd want the most in my opinion, as he is the one with the best epic item. You'll also have the chance to get 3 blacksmithing and tailoring patterns for Shatter's gear. Depending on which one you get, you'll be able to make some of your money back by selling them on the auction house. Unfortunately here, I didn't get the right element I wanted for my Scepter of Beckoning, but that one still has a chance to drop a decent shield, so it's not that bad. Here I got a Signet of Beckoning for a Thunderduke, which is very nice because those ones can drop Essences of Air, and those are quite expensive at the moment on my server. They go for, at the very least, 20 gold a pop. As you can see here, these bags are all about luck, and they are not guaranteed to get you the specific items that you are looking for. Alright, so as you can see here, I got a lot of stuff from those bags, but not all of it is actually very good. I really thought I would get more Scepters of Beckoning, to be honest. I was expecting at least 3 or 4 and some fire ones, so that is actually disappointing, but at least I got a nice variety of signets and crests nonetheless. Even though I opened 50 satchels, I couldn't get the full tailoring set, which is surprising to me a little bit, but what do you want? I'm still happy I got the full plate set though, for whatever it is actually worth. Alright, so now let's go to the auction house and actually see if we can make some money out of those items that we got. So, Scepter of Beckoning. Okay. He's got the stone one as well, 80 gold. 50 for a variety of elements, 50 gold. I doubt it's gonna sell for all that much because the essences that you get from those are not all that high. They're not as expensive, but okay, it's good to know. And then for the crest, you have crazy prices down to 5 gold. Alright. For the cloth leggings, he's the only one selling them though, so he has the monopoly right now, so we can't really take this as a price that people will actually pay for that. Now we have the waist. There's nothing. Okay, interesting. Plate hands, 200 gold from another seller, so that's interesting. The head for plate, nothing. And then finally the chest and plate, 16 gold. That's a little bit more realistic. I don't think that at that point, especially since the quests have been out for quite a while now, I don't think that it's realistic to think that we will be able to get, you know, 100, 150 plus per pattern here. Alright, well, I will put all of that on the auction house and then we'll come back after to see if they actually sold or not. Alright, welcome back guys. So it's been about 10 days since I've started putting items on the auction house, and I gotta say that the results are a little bit disappointing. I wasn't able to sell as much or as many items as I wanted, and not for the price that I wanted, but you know, let's just go over it quickly. As you can see, the crests, the scepters, and the signets of beckoning were not really popular, and with a reason, you know. When you get to the dukes and the lords, maybe you'll want to sometimes get specific element types, but most of the time you don't really care. You just summon them to get the signets, the crests, and then so you can get your lord summons going. You know, at the end of the day, you just take what you have, and especially when you think that a single signet could go up to 50 gold, you know, you don't want to spend that much to get a certain element type. So I think I'll just use them up in the upcoming weeks and months. Again, for the Scepter of Beckoning, normally you could probably make a lot of gold out of it, but you know, the one for stone isn't the one with the best epic items, so it's kind of understandable. As far as the patterns are concerned, I was able to sell a few of them only, but it's kind of understandable as well because these are shadow resistance pieces, and in the upcoming tier of content, which is going to be AQ, to my knowledge, you don't need shadow resistance gear. It's mostly focused on the nature resistance gear, so it might be a little bit more interesting later on when Naxxramas is going to be closer to its release and people are going to need shadow resist gear, but in the meantime I'm just going to hold on to them and I'm going to try to sell them later on. Quick short story guys, I was able to sell some crests of beckoning, you know, the ones for the Templar, which are the easiest mobs to spawn in Silithus, because one crest was going for 20 gold, and I came to the market with like a stack of 4, and I sold them for 15-20 gold just to try to see if I could get some money out of it, and they sold instantly. So maybe the person who bought them thought that they could 4 and 5x their money, but you know, I'm really happy I got, what, 56 gold out of it, quick sale. And I sold the Darkroom Gauntlets the first time, or the second time I should say, for 50 gold. Some Signets of Beckoning for 30, you know, just trying to make a little bit of money here and there. And the first time I sold my Darkroom Gauntlets, I was able to get 70 gold out of them or so. So not bad as well. And I sold one rune Stygian belt for 50 gold. That's what, 50, 130. It's about 250 gold that I was able to make back by selling items on the auction house, which is, you know, quite far from the 1,000 gold that I invested early on, or that I spent and wasted, I should say, not invested. So, in conclusion, I would say that, you know, you can do the quests to get up to the repeatable quest for the Hermit to get the reputation for Snare and Hold, but I really don't advise you to spend your Twilight Texts on this dude's repeatable quest. If you want to do it, you know, that's fine, just use it as a lottery ticket kind of thing, you know, just if you have some in your bags and you don't really know what you use them on and you don't really feel like it's worth selling them on the auction house or sending them to one of your friends that is doing some rep farm, you can do it and just for the fun of it. But I mean, if you can get a Scepter of Beckoning for Fire, you might be able to make some good money out of it, but the chances that you actually get this are quite low, so just use it for fun. You're much better off, you know, selling them on the auction house or keeping them and turning them in at the Snare and Hold, because when AQ is going to be released, you'll get some other quests and repeatable quests, so the badge turning quest that you will be able to do, and depending on your class and if you want to go to Revered or to Exalted with Snare and Hold, you can get some very good pieces of gear, as you can see on the screen here, you know, Earth Strike and stuff like that. So you're much better off keeping them and using them judiciously than just throwing them out the window like I did. But it's nice to know what you can get out of it and if it's a good idea or not. So that's all I have to say for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see us in the next video. I have a lot of ideas. I know the pace is a little bit slower lately, but don't worry about it. I'm not letting you down. So we'll see you soon, guys. Have a good one. Take care of yourself. And most importantly, you already know it. Stay blessed.